If you are a software development business owner and you have grown your business with referrals and recommendations, eventually now it's the time to think about installing an automated lead generation system in your business so you can grow independently from referrals and from your network. And in this video, I'm going to show you a KPI-based ROI simulation with a revenue-based plan and a profit-based plan, showing you the exact KPIs that you need to achieve to make your software development lead generation system profitable. Because at least when I started trying to grow my software development business or my digital agency in 2011, I had no clue about marketing, sales, and I just got leads from my referrals and from my network, and that was okay. It helped me grow the agency to approximately 1 million in revenue per year. But then suddenly a big client quit and I was left alone with like a lot of employees, high fixed costs and losses every single month because I had no predictable source to get leads. And then I started hiring salespeople and marketing agencies and an in-house marketing team. And that burned my budget twice because I had no clue how to make this profitable and the people I hired didn't either. So I burned a lot of money and didn't get any client. And the problem was that I didn't even have a plan that shows me the exact KPI milestones that I can use to keep my team or the salespeople or the agencies I hired accountable for the results. And I always just heard, yeah, it's going well. We got some clicks, we got some traffic. Or from the salesperson, I heard, I'm going on exhibitions. I collected this amount of business cards. But in the end, there was no qualified lead and there wasn't a single client from these activities. So it just felt like random and hope-based. And in this video, I will show you based on this tool that I've built, which is basically a growth planner, which offers you need to sell and the pricing and how you should structure your services so that you can get leads with paid ads on LinkedIn or Meta or other channels you prefer. From my experience, there's one channel that works best. At the end of the video, I will show you where you can find out which channel works really best to get high quality leads for your software development services. I will also show you an exact breakdown of the KPIs you need to achieve in your marketing to make your sales system and the lead generation system highly profitable for your business. And then we will have a projection showing you which revenues and profits you can achieve when you implement your sales system and your lead generation system with AI, with data, and with a predictable system that really works in your industry, because most other agencies or salespeople you hire, honestly, they have no clue about what you're doing. They know how to operate on Instagram and a bit on LinkedIn and eventually how to optimize your website a bit, but how to drive traffic and convert traffic into qualified leads, they don't know. At least that was my experience. And if you experienced similar situations trying to grow your software development business to the next level with automation, with AI and with paid ads to get independent from referrals and your network, then in this video, I'm going to show you how to prepare a rock solid plan that makes these activities profitable for your business. So let's jump right in. Good. This is an offer calculation sheet. And don't worry, we will not calculate a full offer with all the deliverables you eventually need to deliver a complete software project, but we want to focus on designing and financially modeling one offer that becomes your entry offer to attract clients. And that is so important because right now, especially in the current market situation and where AI rules our world, it is close to impossible to attract clients with general old school software development services. You cannot sell the typical like augmented teams or body leasing or just people on an hourly rate and promise that you deliver high quality, because everyone is promising this. And without a unique selling proposition, without an attractive offer that meets a real market demand, you won't succeed in today's market environment and in today's age. So I want to show you how to model your offer financially. By the way, if you are interested in understanding which offers work today, how you can attract software development clients, and which offers work best in the current economy, and which channels work best, at the end of the video, I will show you how you can get this know-how and these insights for free. And this is not just me making something up. It's because I've grown my own software development agency and we generated 13.4 million in revenue in the past 4 years. I started it as a freelancer back in 2006, incorporated my GmbH in 2011. And then, we've grown to 1 to 2 million. Then it almost crashed against the wall because a big client quit and I had no clue how to win my next client. And that was the tipping point when I decided to really learn and understand how digital marketing works, adopt the knowledge from all these gurus that have no idea about my industry, software development industry, and adapt it to my specific business. And now I'm happy to hand over this knowledge to you. So let's start with the offer. Let's say you have rapid prototype development, rapid type. Okay, this is, sorry for the typo. So this is the first offer. You are able to do this in a month. You should be able to deliver this much faster, for example, in like a day or two if you are using modern AI tools. And if you have an AI-powered process, you can create a prototype or an MVP really in just a few hours and wow your clients with some results. And when you deliver good results in the beginning, you will be able to upsell any other service. So just assuming this works for app development, web development, custom software development, right? For software customization, it works for all kinds of software development services if you have such an entry offer that you can deliver in a month or less. Now, typically the price should be anywhere from 5,000 euros or dollars to 10,000 euros or dollars, okay? And typically, if you are a classical software development business, you have costs anywhere around 50%, right? That's your profit margin. If you're using AI and you are a modern software development agency already and you are competitive, you can develop software much faster and at competitive rates, and your costs will be much lower because, well, your efficiency is just a lot higher. But if you just have developers doing all the work manually, well, you will have a hard time to grow and you will have a hard time to stay profitable in the near future because the market just demands higher efficiency, as otherwise software development tools can create software with just a click of a few buttons with the input of a transcribed interview automatically. So that's on the one side the risk. On the other side, it's a big opportunity because you can use these tools and deliver your services a lot more efficiently, be more profitable and a lot more competitive. So now you generate a profit margin of 2,500 euros or dollars for the first entry offer. Look, if you are able to sell based on value and you charge 7,500, for example, your profit margin is much higher because you have the same costs for the same scope of service, for example, for a rapid prototype or an MVP. And you can charge higher prices if you know how to sell and deliver your services based on value, if you know how to communicate the value of your services precisely to your clients so they understand why your service stands out from all the other competitors, why they get better results, and why it's worth paying this price. Okay, so it's really, really important to think about your entry offer. So let's keep it with that and look at the next one, which is your upsell, your retention offer eventually. Or if you go from MVP or prototype to the full project, now in software development, and that's a good thing, you typically have a very high customer lifetime value. Let's say a project duration is typically 6 months. And if you sell, for example, sprints or however you develop the software, eventually based on individual requirements and an initial estimation, you will have anywhere from 5 to 10,000 euros or dollars in revenue per month. So let's say it's on the lower end, 5,000, okay? And you have costs of 2,500. So times 6, that's a project value of 30,000 in revenue and 15,000 in profit. Now you could upsell a retainer, but what is important here, we need to have an upsell ratio. So how many people who started working with your entry offer got fast results, good quality, win a lot of trust, and now are ready to do the whole project with you? Typically, that's a rate of anywhere from 50 to, I have clients who have a 90% upsell rate actually. Let's say 50%. And then once the software has been developed and you were able to release it, now you should have an upsell rate of 75% to a retainer, right? Which is for maintenance, for installing updates, for continuing to develop the software, etc. And these retainers typically range from anywhere from a few €100 per month up to 2,000, 5,000, depends on how big the project was. Let's keep it on the lower end, let's say 1,000 per month, and your costs are 500 per month, and you sell this as an 11-month retainer. 12 months a year, not 11. So 12-month retainer. Okay, now you add an additional 6,000 euros or dollars in profit, right? This is not revenue. So these numbers here are profit. That's basically your customer lifetime value. Because if you just calculate the profitability of your marketing and you create your plan just based on revenue, but you don't factor in the fulfillment costs, you're just cheating in your plan. And that's not a good idea, because in the end, your marketing won't be as profitable as the plan shows if you don't respect the fulfillment costs in your service fulfillment. Okay, so these are the offers. This is the structure. This is basically the what people can buy, what your clients can buy, and how you strategically align these offers so that it's easy for you to attract clients, to get them in, to build trust, to make them work with you, to deliver good results so they want more, and then work with you on the 2 upsells. Okay, that makes a lot of sense depending on which services you build. We will also customize this, and there are always different offers that works depending on how the economy goes, depending on the market situation, depending on which AI tools exists, right? So yeah, there is a lot of variation, a lot of change in the environment, but at the end of the video, you will see which offers work right now. And if you want, we can have a personal conversation to see which offers could work specifically and individually for your business. Okay, now let's move on with the funnel model. So this is a KPI plan for a lead generation funnel that you can run on Instagram, Google, LinkedIn, or any other networks. So typically on these networks, you pay for 1,000 impressions. That's the so-called CPM, cost per mil, the 1,000 contact price, if you will. And this is what you pay. This is what is guaranteed, that you pay a specific amount of money, depending on how much your competitors are willing to pay. It's an auction model. And what is not guaranteed, and what's the responsibility of your funnel. And that's why so many software development business owners struggle with getting consistent leads and clients with digital marketing, because you need to build a funnel, a set of content pieces to develop your potential clients from a lead, a cold lead, to a warm lead, to a person who wants a call, to a person who gives you money for the first month to start working with you, to a loyal client who retains and does a full project with you eventually. Okay, so the next KPIs we need to hit is, and I'm going to plan this very pessimistically, let's say you pay €100 for showing your ad to 1,000 relevant people on LinkedIn or Meta, or Google doesn't really work so well. Just as a spoiler, I will tell you later how you can find out which channels work really well, but Google isn't the one that I would prefer. Even if it worked well in the past, today it doesn't anymore. So now you need to create an ad that promotes your entry offer or a lead magnet. It depends a bit on the strategy, on what you want to sell, what you should promote in your ad. But the main KPI is that you achieve a click-through rate of anywhere from 0.8 to 1.5% click-through rate. Let's take the average 1%. And then you have the next page, which is an opt-in page where people can sign up to get the next step. Okay, this can be a call. It depends on your strategy, the offers, and your ad spend that you can afford to spend per month, or a lead magnet, which describes your offer in more detail. And the conversion rate of this page should be minimum 15%, right? Sometimes it's just 10, so let's be pessimistic. And what is very important, you need to have a gatekeeper qualifying people and filtering out the tire kickers, pro people, and just let those leads come through and condition your pixel of Meta, Google, or LinkedIn so that the targeting works precisely and finds the right people for you. But if you don't do this, if you don't filter your leads and report back any lead, well, the AI gets just polluted by your data, and then it goes after totally the wrong people. That's one of the biggest mistakes I found most people do. So, okay, once they signed up for the next step, you can call them and they can book a call on the next page. So typically you should get a call rate of 40%. 50% are typically qualified, right? Which means qualified means they are the right person, decision maker, like can be a product owner, can be the CEO, can be CTO, depending a bit on which services you sell, which case studies you have, and which industry you try to target. And they need to be interested in your offer, in your front-end offer, right? In this first offer here, because just advertising a lead magnet, a freebie, just attracts freebie seekers who will never be able to afford your services, who aren't even interested in your services. And then you're optimizing for totally the wrong people. Okay, so let's go here. Another qualification criteria that is very important is that you have valid contact information, of course, that they are from the right industry, and yeah, that they show an interest in your offer. So the qualification rate typically is 50%. And if they are qualified, and you can qualify them on the call, they book another call with you where you create, for example, a custom roadmap, a custom project plan. You give them a high-level calculation, etc. Right? So these things are typically a good idea for the next call. And then like the show-up rate for this call is typically 50%. And then you have a sales call. It depends a bit on what your closing rate is. Typically, if you get referrals and recommendations and just leads from your network, they are pretty warm already. You don't need to warm them up like you do in marketing when you advertise to cold people. So your closing rate eventually is anywhere from 30 to 70%. But when you advertise to cold traffic and you try to get people to convert as a client, even if they never saw you before, and despite having this process to warm them up, qualify them, filter them, make them excited, right, which is everything you have to do in order to make this work, your closing rate will be anywhere from 30 to 60%. So let's say 40. Now this means you're spending 2,500 euros or dollars for a client, okay? So this means if you structured your offer strategically correct, that you are making a 2,500 euros or dollars profit, right? You see this here, which gives you a return on ad spend of 2. So now you are already profitable. You are making money already when you get clients in. And you have the huge potential that you can upsell them the full project or the full implementation, and you can upsell them the retainers. So you are making an additional 10K in profit, right? That's the average, because in our model here, we see that only 50% of people who started working with you also convert to the full project implementation. And then from there, 75 people convert into the retainer. Okay, so that's all respected in these numbers. But you see, it can be pretty high. It can be very high, and it's actually very good if you break even in the front end. Like in this case, you are making profits already. So you need to make sure that you are targeting the right people, that you have an attractive offer that is interesting for these people. Because what I hear very often when I talk to software development agency owners about lead generation, they ask me, will these leads close? And the honest answer is they can close if you convince them that your offer is of high value and that it's worth starting with you because you have done a good job in developing trust with your prospect, with your lead, with your potential client, okay? So it's not that you attract leads and they instantly close, they throw the money at you because they just think, okay, let me work with you. That's all so awesome. I can't even imagine working with another competitor of yours, right? That's simply not how it works. If somebody tells you like marketing works like this, run away, it's just a lie. They don't know what they are doing. You need to warm people up, okay? You need to attract the right people with the right intent, which is typically you attract them by communicating your offer as the solution to problems they are struggling with. This can be too high cost, so you offer automation of processes. It can be too high cost in software development. That's how you can sell offshore or nearshore development services, or software development with AI, because this all contributes to cost reduction. And there are other ways how you can sell software development if you want to see what that is and how a full sales system that is powered by AI made to generate high quality software development leads, how this works. You can click this video, and we put also a link below this video so you have it for reference when you watch it later. All right, so now you have a profitable funnel model, and this helps you ensure that when you set up your campaigns, you can track if you are on track, right? We have a full KPI funnel tracking that looks like this. So week after week, you just enter the values here, okay, of your actual campaigns. And then you will see when it's green, the value is actually better or equal to the value you've defined in the funnel model. If it's red, it means the value is off. It's not good enough. So what you're going to do, instead of like throwing everything away, saying this stuff doesn't work, it's all crap, we need to start from scratch again, all right, which then will repeat and you will never get off the ground and close your first client. You just focus on fixing this specific part of your funnel. You just focus on, in this case, increasing the click-through rate by creating a better ad, okay? Or if your sign-up page is not good enough, just as an example, right? You need to have either a better alignment between your ad and your landing page, or you need to make sure that your landing page communicates more clearly which value clients will get and what they actually get when they sign up. Okay, so that will help you stay really focused on improving your funnel instead of like always starting from scratch. So in this screen, I will show you which results you can achieve when you build your funnel and optimize it so that you hit these KPIs, okay? Or at least in the end, this cost per acquired client, right? Which if you don't achieve this, you look at, okay, is this too expensive, this too expensive? And you drill it up until you find the first broken point in your funnel, the first constraint that you need to fix and optimize in order to get your funnel back on track. Okay. So what I want to say here is this is not that it will happen like magic overnight. It will be kind of magic once your funnel is optimized, but you first need to do the work and invest time and money into building this system that you otherwise would invest into cold calls, exhibitions, trying to exhaust your network, etc., which is less predictable than such a lead generation and sales system, right? So it's worth the investment. I just want to set proper expectations that it needs some time, but then it will get you awesome results and predictable growth, kind of on autopilot. So let's say you just spend 1,000 a month, okay? You won't win a client in the first 3 months because, well, here in this model you see, you spend 2,500 euros or dollars for acquiring a client. So it takes 3 months, then you win the first client, okay? But if you spend 2,500 a month, or let's say 3,000 a month, okay, now you can win a client every month. Here you could win 2 clients. So this is a model showing you how you can like scale and which revenues you can expect and how many clients you can actually close and convert if you have an attractive offer, right, that has a high enough profit margin and you build and optimize your funnel so that you achieve these KPIs. Now, you will also see here that you need to generate 30 leads and 12 qualified leads, which are people who jump on a call or at least are qualified according to the data they give you. And then you close 1 client. So now this is just for the front end offer. Okay. This is just respecting your first offer here for the first month. It's not respecting the upsell, which makes your funnel a lot more profitable. So let's have a look at this. If you scroll down further, these are the KPIs, right? Revenue and profit that you can achieve when you also deliver good quality in the first offer and then you upsell them to your full project implementation and to your retainer. Okay, that's how you increase the customer lifetime value and make your entire marketing, your entire funnel a lot more profitable. All right. Yeah, let's now assume that you have to invest money into building this offer, of course. Here, you could add your initial investment. Let's say you invest in total, I don't know, let's say 10,000, okay, in ads. And if you hire a service provider, agency or whatever, right? So this is not our price. I'm just doing this as an example. You could here see that it takes 3 months or 4 months to break even. Right, which is actually very good. And you will see that it's worth investing into this because even if you spend 30,000 euros or dollars, okay, it just takes longer, right? On the first, remember, this is just the revenue and the profits you make with your first offer, right? In the first year, in the front end, you will be break even, but you will be break even much faster if you are able to upsell your clients to the next offer, right? And that's why it's very important to strategically create the offers so that the offer is fast to deliver, that it's attractive and aligning with the current market demand, and that you can deliver it so that your clients are impressed, or at least they gained a lot of trust in you and your services so that you can upsell a much higher value service and retain them for a long period of time. And that's how such a sales funnel is like making you money instead of costing you money if you build it and optimize it, and then it can help you really scale because it gets you qualified leads on autopilot instead of just like waiting or hoping to get the next client from your network or from referrals. Okay, so if you want to see, that's what I promised you in the beginning, which channels work best, which offers work today, and how this whole sales system is structured so that you achieve these KPIs, right? I definitely give you a blueprint showing you the structure, how it leads into the service fulfillment so that marketing, sales, and service fulfillment work like a well-oiled machine for your software development business. That works if you do app development, web development, or any kind of custom software development. I will just show you which benefits you need to communicate. Okay, we'll put this video here in the card and also as a link below this video. And if you're interested in building such a sales system without reinventing the wheel, we did it many times for our clients and for my own business, then below this video, you can see the offer and you will be able to apply for a call, because it doesn't work for everyone and anybody, honestly. But if you fill this form, we will be able to tell you if the system has a chance to work for you and if we are confident to get you results. And if this is the case, you can jump on a call with a person from my team. And if you feel it's a good fit and you want to implement it, we can also have a conversation and see how we can customize the system to specifically work for your business, get you high quality leads and clients on autopilot, and grow your business a lot easier with automation and AI. So if you are not yet a subscriber, click like and subscribe, and you will be notified whenever we release a new video showing you how you can grow your business faster, more profitably, and with less work. I'm looking forward to the next step. Cheers and happy scaling.